what happened in this case.
Question number 12, Holly Walker.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. To the Minister of Housing, is the government on track to build the 2,000 new state houses promised by the Right Honourable John Key and the Honourable Bill English over the next 2 financial years? Or was the Minister correct when he said, "I'm not yet at the point where I can tick off and say that they are going to meet all of those targets"?
Honourable Dr Nick Smith.
Mr Speaker, yes, I am now confident, having met the Chair and Chief Executive of Housing New Zealand and having been on the ground and seen the develops that are occurring both in Christchurch and in Auckland, and that we will in fact be able to build those 2,000 new houses in the next 2 years.
Supplementary question, Holly Walker.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Did he prevaricate about Housing New Zealand's ability to meet the target because he knew that in the last financial year the corporation built only 68 houses and is clearly not in a position to increase its building program by the 1,400% needed to meet the target?
Speaker, no.
Honourable Dr Nick Smith.
I'm just not in the businesses of giving false assurances. I was a new minister. It's well known. I'm very proud of. Unlike ACC making a loss of $4.8 billion, it's now doing very well. But in respect of when you are a new minister, you're asked, can you give absolute assurances? Someone from the other side may be prepared to do so. I says, no, I want to check it out. I've now checked it out, and that's why I'm confident that those houses can be built.
Supplementary
question, Holly Walker.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Given that Housing New Zealand had a net loss of more than 300 houses last year, can he really deliver on the Prime Minister's promise of 2,000 new houses, or will he have to give the Prime Minister some sage advice and tell him he's dreaming?
Mr Speaker.
Honourable Dr Nick Smith.
Mr Speaker, the members in the Greens may not have noted that over the last 2 years, Housing New Zealand was dealing with the biggest natural disaster in New Zealand history, in which hundreds of homes were severely damaged in Christchurch. And I think it's absolutely proper that the corporation has focused on repairing those existing houses rather than simply being solely focused on building of new state houses.
Supplementary question, Melissa Lee.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Supplementary question to the Minister. How does the approach of the current government of Housing New Zealand vary from that of the last decade?
Honourable Dr Nick Smith.
Mr Speaker, the focus last decade was solely on the number of state houses and maintenance was deferred. We have been far more concerned, firstly, about the quality of state housing, secondly, about aligning the housing stock by location and size to family needs, and thirdly, ensuring those most in need get the priority for social housing, and also enabling the community housing sector to play a greater role.
That concludes questions for oral answer. Would some honourable member care to move